Hello, happy new week. Welcome traders, investors, friends of the channel. Subscribe, like, and comment. I'd like to hear from you. I'm making a video about commodities. Today we're going to focus on what's going on with the market. New week, pivotal week, especially a lot of discussion with the tariffs, new geopolitical events. Every week we will be having more news, more thrilling information, and things that could either disrupt trade or disrupt relationships between countries, but overall feed us food for thought in the market. So let's start with gold. Gold, amazing breakout. I was very concerned of this drop back in 26th of December. 29th of December. I had this as a bar of huge resistance, but what happened is that we consolidated and pushed higher. So what happens typically is that when there's a move that really predicts possible move in the future, if that is invalidated, then the opposite happens. So as above, so below. This huge candle was suggesting that we would have lower prices, but what happened is that we were trying to consolidate for a period of time. There was this candle here of a potential reversal, and then we saw a strong move up. Whenever you see 50% of this red candle being surpassed and maintained, that means that it's being invalidated. Same as above. Whenever you see a higher candle up and then there's a 50% drop and it consolidates for a little bit, that could mean that there's a breakdown happening instead of a breakout. So a lot of times you have to find confirmation, and that this is where we're finding confirmation here. So if this holds and we stay up here, if not break out tomorrow for a little bit higher, then that means we're clear out the woods here and that we're moving much higher. This is a beautiful move. Same as silver. That candle I told you back in 29 December was very concerning. We pushed higher, confirmed today because we're above this week. If we close here and tomorrow, then we're out of the woods. We're going to push higher. I see silver going close to 90, 95 next. And this has to do with market symmetry. If you account to the moves here, 75, 85, so $10, at least $10 up, then we should expect another $10 move imminent in the next week or so. So let's move to copper. Copper is seen as the metal that represents the economy. Now we're seeing a push much higher, negating this huge drop. I think copper is going to be important. There's also a lack of, and especially with the whole AI and the industry boom in technology, we're going to need a lot of these metals, especially when it comes to investing in the military complex, like Trump has said. So these metals are going to be very important for AI, for the military, etc. Uranium, very important. I want to talk a little bit about uranium because the huge breakout we saw was prior to the news of data centers needing more energy and AI, etc., etc. So it front-run the actual news. This is what happens with charts. The charts always move 6 months, if not years, ahead of the actual news you will hear. So this move has transpired and is now consolidated to move higher, but we might see lower prices until we see this. So my point again is that we cannot trade or invest based on narratives alone. You first have to look at the charts and then make up your own decision where to head to. So let's move on to other energy. US oil, I told you that this is a breakout, okay? We heard a lot of news that price is going to go down. It has been down and has been trending more for years now, for at least 2 years. Yeah, at least 2 years when we had its all-time high, or yeah, almost 4 years now, 3.5 years. So we can only surmise that after this downtrend move, which we're in a pendant moving down, we're going to see higher moves. I believe in the next few weeks, we're going to see low 60s come to fruition. We have to, okay? Because like I said, it's the life force of the military complex, and a lot of companies around the world want to be in that area. Saudis, Russia, OPEC need higher prices. The US needs anywhere between 60, 70. That's the sweet spot, okay? So we're going to see this come to fruition, breakout, confirmation by touching again, and I think in the next week or two we should see a higher move up. If not, then we might see a retest lower until we go higher. But this is going to be pivotal. Natural gas, we saw natural gas front run a lot of the other energy sources that we looked at. It's very interesting to see because, whenever you have a violent move up, there's going to be a violent move down. Natural gas is very volatile based on inventory checks, but also on geopolitical matters in real time. So I think that here we're going to see a relief bounce up in the mid price here and then a drop until we see much higher prices in the future. I think in the future natural gas will hit much higher prices, but not yet. That's all I got for you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Bitcoin is having a bit of a rally today, so it might be interesting. This is a potential reversal. And the DXY is showing weakness. I think we're going to go much lower until we go higher. Interest rates are also somewhat confirming that. This is the sweet zone that I talked about. This is the resistance, and depending on the breakout or breakdown, we're going to be able to discern if we're going for much lower or much higher. But this is an area that everybody's looking at. Thanks so much. See you in another video.